Hey friends, welcome to my messy desktop, messy office behind me. I haven't recorded in a while because I wasn't feeling well last week and need to make some big changes in my life. I'm not going to go into details, but definitely eating better and exercising and all that is a big deal. And never ignore your bodies. As you get older, don't just assume, oh hey, I'm just getting old, I'm gonna probably have to live with that. No. Trust your gut, especially your gut. Digestive can really tell you a lot about your body. Oh, exhausted. Been exhausted a lot lately. I had some other videos before I wasn't feeling well. Of making some food, of talking about Lunchables. Okay, I don't have that clip anymore. I deleted it. But there's something about Lunchables. Like, they're not good for you. They're processed. Meat doesn't come in that kind of a shape. But there's just something about getting yourself a Lunchables, and it just takes you back to being like a little kid on your lunch break, eating your Lunchables, having your little candy, and drinking your Capri Sun, and yeah, I'm a sucker for Lunchables. Something about, I like, crackers, meat, and cheese, but something about that Capri Sun and that little Reese's cup takes me back to the 80s and being a little kid again. Sorry. So yeah. But taking it slow and easy this week and last. We've been having really easy, let's look what was on the food menu this past week. We kept it pretty easy. Not a lot of work. We had chicken patties on Monday. Again, processed. Not good for you, but we had them and they needed to be used up. Tacos. We had tacos. We had actually leftover taco meat, so we ended up having tacos. Tonight, because I swapped it with tonight's actual dinner. Tonight is savory crescent chicken squares. Our family calls them cow pies. They are my great aunt's recipe. She would make them for dinner, occasionally for different holidays and things. And it's basically a chicken mixture of, I'll go into it, of 4 cups of chicken breasts, 6 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of cream cheese, some salt, some black pepper, some milk, chives, and then croutons, seasoned croutons and crescent rolls. And basically you take the crescent rolls and you keep them in a square, so 2 triangles in a square. You press that seam together so it doesn't open. And you mix the chicken breast, the butter, the cream cheese, the salt, the black pepper, the milk, and the chives together in like a mixture. I used canned chicken just because it's easier to make than because the chicken has to be pre-cooked. So it's either cooked and cubed or 2 cans of, chicken. So I used the cans. Mix that all together, and then you scoop in, use one of them little scoopies with the, the little thing that helps pop it out. And you just put a couple scoops of that in there, and then you fold the corners up and then pinch it and do a little twist. And then you're supposed to roll it in, brush the tops of sandwiches with a tablespoon of melted butter and then sprinkled with the crushed croutons. I use Italian breadcrumbs because they're already crushed. It's just easier. And I don't technically do the butter. You can. I just sometimes just sprinkle it on top and it's just fine. But they're really good. But I always had issues with and I don't know if you can see that picture. No, you can't. But it was, I always have hard times once you fill it with the pinching the 4 corners and twisting. So what we've done is we've made it into a cow pie ring. So you take the triangles and you lay them out in like a sun pattern, and you overlap the wider parts together, so it's like that. So actually, if you're looking, these are the triangle toppy little skinny parts, and then these are the fat parts, and they overlay, and you just make a big circle. And then you scoop the mixture in a ring around it, and then you bring the points up and in and over. And I think I've done a video with some where I've done a ring, like a chicken and broccoli ring. I might have actually done the cow pie ring. I don't know. No, I think it was a taco ring, actually. But that actually works out really well. And then you brush the whole thing with butter and sprinkle with the stuff. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. It's really easy, so I don't have to be on my feet as much. And then, so that's tonight's. But Wednesday's was sweet and sour chicken. I cheated. I just ordered from the grocery store the battered chicken nuggety things, not like chicken nuggets. They're the actual tempura battered breaded chicken. Not even breaded, battered. I just get breaded out of my head. Battered chicken. And just threw those in the oven. Bought a couple bottles of sweet and sour sauce. Cooked some rice in the rice cooker in the microwave from Tupperware, and I was done. Last night was pesto. Well, actually, it was just grilled cheese sandwiches. We didn't do the pesto at all. And Amy cooked those, so I didn't have to cook it all last night. And then tonight now is the cow pie ring. Oh, and Wednesday I made some bread. That seems like it would be a lot of work, and that I shouldn't be doing that much work, but it's really just a quick mix in the morning, and then you let it rise for 3 hours, punch it down, let it rise for 3.5 hours, punch it down, 2.5 hours, punch it down, shape it into loaves, let it rise for another hour and a half in the loaf pans, and bake it. So it's super easy. It just goes all day. So I made 2 loaves, mainly because we needed the bread for the grilled cheese. See, my brain is just not catching up today. And then tomorrow night is supposed to be the Italian cheese stuffed meatloaf, which Amy will have to make. I'll assist her, but she's got to make it, because you take the meatloaf mixture and you shape it out on parchment paper in like a 11 by 16, 14, 11 by 14 sheet. That's yay thick. And then you put your cheese and your roasted red peppers and your it says olives. Amy doesn't like olives. In the center, and then you roll it like a Swiss roll, essentially, and put it in the pan. And I had the problem with the rolling, because by the time I get it all rolled, I have to put it seam side down, but the seam's now on top. So I have to somehow keep rolling. It's just, yeah. It's not that easy. And then we haven't even planned out next week's, so we'll see what's going on. But just exhausted a lot lately. Oh man, trying to get, be at least somewhat productive is not easy when you're not feeling the greatest. What else was I going to tell you guys? We are watching Courtney's 3 cats. My oldest daughter's 3 cats.
Well, there goes your social life.
Yes, I know, there goes my social life. So not only do we have our 3 cats and a dog, but then we have her 3 cats, so we have 6 cats. It's like a zoo around here. And yeah, I know I shouldn't be drinking a Mountain Dew either, but I need something to keep me awake. Apparently, so one night last week, it was nice out. We decided we needed to do something fun, that didn't cost us anything. And I have a teeny tiny little projector, really cheap. I got it for $80 on Amazon. It's not the greatest. Like, if you're trying to do text and stuff, it's kind of pixelated looking, and it's not that bright, but it worked for what we needed. We decided to sit in our yard and project it onto our shed. We clamped a sheet up there, and we watched the Lego 2 movie. And we did that outside. And thankfully it was cold, and it was a little chilly, but it kept the bugs away. And we did have citronella candles and stuff out there too. But that was fun to watch the movie out there with the kids. And so, but we had to feed the extension cord through the window, and we closed, through the screen, and we closed up the window so that the cats wouldn't get out. But apparently when I unplugged everything and I popped the screen back in place from the outside, I didn't go back in on the inside. I had my hands full, too, holding everything. Riley kind of bailed on me. So I thought I had snapped it all in place. Well, apparently I didn't. And yesterday, since it was hot, we got up into the 80s here. And my air conditioning's broke, so it's not like... Oh my gosh, that's my wife. Oh, the windshield's going in, good. We also had our windshield has a crack. But anyways, so my air conditioning condenser unit is broken, so I have to replace both the furnace and the air conditioner. So that's not happening anytime soon. So, anyways, what was I saying? So we had to have the windows open yesterday, and I was in bed for a little bit after Amy left for work, and I got up. All the cats were still here. Courtney's female cat, Blair, she follows me around. So I know this happened after I had sat down in my chair and opened up my laptop to try and do something at least. I didn't hear anything, and literally, it's my chair. Well, we have a love seat with a little console in between us. It's me and Amy, and our feet go up, and it's really fancy. And then from there, so it's the love seat, then it's an end table, a little bit of space, and then the window that I had the cords through, the big windows. I heard nothing. Apparently, Binks, my cat Jinx's brother, his big butt, when he must have laid in the window, he must have popped it enough that Blair pushed the rest of it out. I never heard it come out. I never heard it hit the ground. Nothing. It's right next to me. But I was then, when Amy texted me that she was coming home for lunch, I went and, swapped the dishwasher over, and she comes in, she's like, Bert, the window's open. Binks is hanging outside the window. I was like, oh my God. So we started counting cats, realized we didn't have Blair. As I came back here and I saw that Percy was in the window, Jinx was on my little, we have a little white freezer chest here, looking out the window. I was like, oh crap, okay, I still don't see Blair. I started to turn and walk back, and I hear meow, meow, and I was like, what the hell? So I come back here, open the back door there. Sure as crap, there's Blair sitting on the stoop outside. I open the screen, and she's kind of backing up so that I can open the screen all the way. And then she just stands there. I'm like, are you going to come in? And she's just standing there. I'm like, oh, no, this won't fly. So I grabbed her. Speaking of the devil, did you hear me talking about you? So she comes over, and I grab her by her collar and get her in the, there she is. Oh, I got this all tiled up. There we go. So this one decided to go and have a little excursion. But she's back in the house now. We didn't lose any other cats. We caught it in time. You're lucky, you know that? We lost a cat through that damn window before. We never saw him again. So, yeah. Isn't she pretty, though? She's kind of my buddy. Every time I come back here to work, she decides she's got to come and hang out with me. Or when I'm trying to sit in my chair out there, when I'm feeling a little dizzy, and she comes out and she'll try to lay on my chest in front of me, and I'm like, girl, I can't do that right now. But she follows me around. When I'm cooking, she jumps up on the counter and I have to get her down, and then she jumps back up on the counter and I have to get her down, then she jumps back up on the... She just doesn't listen. Mwah. Can you hear that? So he's very happy. So yeah, so that's been my 2 weeks. Every time I say the word 2 weeks, I think of that chick on Total Recall, the version with Arnold Schwarzenegger, because that's the better version. And the woman with the yellow coat and the red hair, kind of big face. And 2 weeks. And then she starts like stuttering, 2 weeks, and her head explodes because she's a bomb. Yeah. What? Where are you going? Hi. So, not else much has been going on. I've probably been rambling plenty enough now that I should probably end this version of the podcast. Yes. Maybe before I post it, I'll try and capture making tonight's dinner, and I'll add that on here so you guys can see it. Yeah. So, until then. So, in addition to my video, I haven't cooked dinner yet. It's hot in my house. My air conditioning doesn't work. I don't know if I mentioned that. And we had a cat escape today. So that was interesting. We found him, thankfully, but that was kind of scary. He was in our neighbor's bushes and did not even want to come out. So I had to close up some of the windows, so that's not helping airflow. But what do you do when you're hot? You get your fan. So this is helping a little bit, but it's like 80 degrees in my house. So that's not good. But I can't turn on my air conditioning because the compressor's broke. So. But I did turn on the fan part of my furnace to at least get some air circulating. Poor kitties. I mean, look at those poor kitties. That one's there on the floor. That one's up there. He's like passed out. He said, screw it. I'm sleeping. Megabyte's over there. I don't even know where the dog is. He's probably behind the chairs. And Percy's just chunked on the floor. So, yeah. It's hot here. About to take my shirt off. But I wouldn't put you people through that. This fan, though, man. These fans, these big old... They really get some wind power. I mean, look, my shirt is just a moving. You can hear it. I just love that's the best part. Alright, later. So, we ended up not making the cow pie ring. Because my kids ended up getting, two of my kids ended up getting an apartment. My one kid had to be out of his apartment by noon that day and had loaded up all of his stuff. And my kid my youngest daughter was living here and is moving in with them. And so she had to get all her stuff. So we ended up helping them move. Not me. I don't do manual labor. Can't. At least not right now. So I was just over there in charge of food. We had frozen pizzas and rotisserie chickens and some chips and some, snack cakes and absolutely nothing healthy. And sodas and pasta salad that we had made before. So we basically just brought all that over, and I was just in charge of keeping the pizzas going in the oven and getting the food out. And I had a little bit of energy, so and one of their kitchen bags of stuff was kind of falling apart. So my mom and I were unpacking that at least, so they had some of their kitchen together so they could eat, and putting some of that away and just covered. That was really easy, non-strenuous work. And it was a tiny kitchen, so if I needed to sit down, I could sit down. So we did that Friday night, and then I ended up taking, basically, since Amy got off of work at 5, all the way until like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So we came home and crashed, and then yesterday was a little bit of a projects day, not much for me, but Amy and my mom were doing some projects, and now they're finishing them up today. Today is Sunday, and I'm going to just rest and relax today, because I'm pushing myself a little too much. But one thing I am going to do today, I'm going to try to do today, it may not happen, is make a batch of sweet tea, in hopes that I can drink that instead of soda. I know I should be drinking water, but I'm not a big fan of plain water. Sometimes ice water is okay. Sometimes I'll be in the mood for that, but most of the time I need something very flavorful and sweet. So I've been doing like the Mio drops, but they don't really last very long. I don't know if I use too much. It says 1 squeeze per 8 ounces, and I should be able to get 24 servings, but I think I use about 2, so I only get like 12, if that. So I don't know. It's just, they're expensive, and one thing I do like to do with them is I'll make like some lemonade, And I like to put some of these in my glass of lemonade. So then you have like a strawberry watermelon lemonade, or a, what's the other one I have? Orange tangerine lemonade, or, raspberry lemonade, or fruit punch lemonade. It's a really nice flavor. Or my other favorite thing, and now that it's summer I might do, there's a Torani syrup store, I believe now. Amy found it. Was it Rosedale? Some mall, one of the malls, has like every flavor of Torani syrup you could want. And if you're not familiar with Torani syrup, they're the syrups that like coffee shops use and stuff. And Renfest had it 1 year, and they haven't had it since. But when you buy lemonade from them, you can get flavors. I think you can still get some flavors, but not that many, or maybe not at all. Now I don't remember. Excuse me, but they had a peach lemonade, and I was like, ooh, let me try peach lemonade. I loved it. And so I get the Torani syrup, and I'll mix it with some peach lemonade, and it's just something about that kind of tartness of the lemonade, but then you get that like shot of the sweet from the peach. Absolutely one of my favorite summertime drinks. So I'm going to try and do some sweet tea. I don't know what flavor I'm going to do yet. I've got a ton of tea that I can pull from. I mean, typically you would use like a black tea, I think, or something. But I have some flavor ones that I might use, or something. I've got like a pina colada one that, I don't know, maybe that would work. But we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. So, but I should wrap up this so that I can edit it and get it out there. We've got our menu for the week, and we did the grocery shopping, and surprisingly we only had to get one ingredient for our groceries for the week, because we happen to have absolutely everything else. Still spent $80-some on groceries. Oh my nose. As we needed other things, but this week's menu I'll share with you. We are doing, so today is going to be the cow pie ring. We're going to attempt that today, because I think we have the kids coming over for dinner. So, and that kind of feeds, well, not a lot, but it feeds a good amount. And then tomorrow we're going to try and do, since it's supposed to be hot and I have no air conditioner, we're trying to limit stove and oven use as much as possible. So we're doing slow cooker lemon garlic chicken breasts, and I don't know if you can really see that. And then we're going to do, my sister's coming into town, and we're going to have cheddar brats and grill those outside. Then we're doing, in the Tupperware stack cooker, we're going to have on Wednesday the breaded chicken. It's just a breaded chicken thing, but this one uses Greek yogurt, which actually we didn't pick up, because another recipe I have uses mayonnaise, so I might just substitute with the mayonnaise. It's not as healthy as the Greek yogurt, but Thursday we're going to do the Mongolian beef again that we did a week or two ago. That was pretty good. And you cheat by using Catalina dressing mixed with some garlic powder. And yeah, it turns out pretty well. And then we're going to have some more grilled cheese sandwiches on Friday. So, but I know I talked about doing the vegan before 6, and I haven't really started that yet. I'm hoping tomorrow I can start doing that. We'll see. I'm home by myself, and Amy comes home for lunch, and so it's tricky, but we're going to try and do vegan before 6, and I'm going to see if I can start eating, like, my lunchtime will just have salads all week, and then snack on nuts and fruit, and we'll see how well that goes. I should weigh myself tomorrow too, so I don't forget, so I can start to track that and see how well it's working. Cross my fingers that this works, because I hate exercise. I absolutely hate it. I think I wouldn't mind it if I was more in shape, but I tire out so quickly right now, and literally just the other day, just bending over to pick something up, I kind of was out of breath, so that's not good. That tells you how out of shape I am. So, and walking long distances, I can't. It's tough to walk long distances. And even just bending over to pick stuff off of the floor. So I've got a lot of work to do, but I hate exercise. It's like I can only go in short stints, and you're supposed to push yourself, but then I literally feel like I'm going to die. So we need to just at least slim me down first and get some energy back before I try to attempt anything more. But me and Amy are going to try and go for some walks around the park when she gets home after dinner. So hopefully we'll see how well that goes too. I need to try and get off of my butt more and not do so many sitting projects. Technically, I'm at a standing desk, and I should be standing right now, but I'm sitting in a gigantic bar stool chair. I don't know if you can see it. This chair here. It's one of those high top ones and it's a king size, made for big butt. So, anyways, I think that's all for this episode. Sorry about all the coughing. But remember to subscribe. Somewhere is a subscribe button to, Cooking with Bert. And actually, it's going to be Cooking and Living or Living. I don't know what I'm calling this yet. It may change, but it is what it is. So, thank you for watching. I have a Facebook group if you're interested in joining the Facebook group. It's a private, closed group because it's a group, not a page, so there's more discussion and stuff. So I like to limit, people that are in there. I don't want just rando people and then keep causing problems. I don't want to do drama. So, but if you're interested, let me know, and we'll see what we can do. I may make a page and link the group. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. But until next time, later, friends.